Hello. Howdy, folks. Howdy. Oh, wow. Right. Well, I really got that screen on? Wow. Let's see. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. There we go. That screen's gone now. That was fun, man. Forgot all about that one. That was way back a long time ago. Ah, man. There was so much fun making that movie. With Lawrence Fishburne and all those folks. I don't know why that screen was up, but hey, man, welcome to the Roundtable, Black Dragon Sunday Night Roundtable. And I tell you what, man, I have been out looking for my little dog all day long. I wasn't even going to come back here and do the roundtable, but I made a promise that I would be here, so I'm here, but my heart is really out here trying to find my brave heart. So if you are in the Atlanta area or you want to check the message boards or whatever, if you help me find my dog, I will, I'll give you $500. I'm looking for Braveheart, the magnificent, conquering dog of the tribe of Bunch. That's my hound, and I'm missing him. But, anyone who's lost a hound, and my dog is a service dog. Anybody who's lost a dog absolutely knows what that's like. And they're like children, man. They're like children. It just hurts to lose them. And I want my dog back. Somebody has my dog, and I need my dog back. But I'm holding it together. Trying not to lose my mind. We have Big Bone 1% from the Boneyard. I don't know. We don't hear you. Bone has got new equipment. Uh-oh. I almost heard you. Nope. Bone's got new equipment. He is starting his own show finally. I think Wait, you got some clapping? Do you have a roadcaster? You got a roadcaster like me?
Here, I'm unplugging everything.
There you are.
Let's try it that way. I'm unplugging everything because shit's kicking my ass. Hold on.
You got a roadcaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
I recognize those claps anywhere.
It's very cool stuff. I wasn't sure what it was doing. Let's see here. Hold on.
Bone went out and spent the big money, man. Okay, you got a real setup. Okay,
wait,
sir.
Wait. Watch that. Right. There you go. What?
Oh, hey. I started with a damn cell phone. 1,000 videos on this.
I gadgets and stuff.
Before I had the money to do what you've done. Okay.
Yeah, shit. Well, yeah, man. But yeah, so the tricky thing about it, or the interesting thing about it is, this is some fantastic, very high technical NASA type space age sci-fi equipment, which I have no idea how to use it. But it's got very cool lights. The
Oh yeah.
lights are very cool. It's very fancy.
Don't listen. Call me tomorrow. We'll Big Cell and I spent many hours with me showing him how to use this stuff. Call me tomorrow. I will get you together, man, and we'll work it out. you'll you'll be a pro in no time. It looks like rocket science, but it ain't.
Yeah, it's all look. Hold on, look. I got 12 different microphones, all kinds of I have one mic just so I can drop it. It's like, look, hold on, look. See this?
Oh, I don't have a drop mic. Oh hell, man!
Microphone.
Say what, brother?
Drop it. That's the only reason for that microphone, so I can drop it.
I'm gonna have to get me a drop mic because I've been dropping the microphone on a lot of these TikTok idiots, man.
Now look, now between me and you, I wasn't going to say this, but between me and you, see the other microphones cost like an insane amount of money, so I can't drop those. I can fake, like go like that and then just hold it gently in my hand. This I could actually drop that one though.
So listen, man, listen. For those of you just now tuning in, we do the Black Dragon Roundtable Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Or somewhere thereabouts. Bone was trying to get all his stuff working, and I've been looking for my dog, but we are here. We will have more guests coming up. As you guys know, I've been kind of busy for the last couple of weeks, taking care of putting our deceased brothers and sisters away, that sort of thing. I do have an announcement in the morning with regard to the person that ran over everybody. So check that out in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We will be giving you guys all an update about the person that ran over us and ran over our brothers and sisters, and so there's been some news on that, and we can talk to you about a little bit about his background and that sort of thing. So for everybody that has been following this, it has taken a long time, but we'll explain all that tomorrow. Tonight, I want to talk about Bone. I talked about this a little bit, I think Friday, but I really wanted to get like a one percenter perspective on this. We look at you guys as our big brothers, and you guys definitely can you kind of understand this from a different kind of level. And I talked about this. I want to make sure not to talk about negatively about a motorcycle club or be disparaging. But when I saw this video, there's a few things that occurred to me that I wanted to talk about, and it brought up several other things. So in this video, we're going to look at for just a minute. A motorcycle club guy is fighting a guy for whatever reason, and as he's fighting the guy, his club brothers are standing around filming it. And so the guy starts to get the better of him, and the cops pull up, and then he points the guy out. So that's made the rounds, and I've had this happen to my own club where something has made the rounds, and you ain't there, so you don't know what happened. But people are quick to laugh, and they got the same BS going on in their own clubs. So I'm not here to laugh at anybody, disparage anybody, or hurt anybody's feelings. But I do want to talk about the unity behind emceeing, and I want to talk about what emceeing means in terms of unity. And this was called One Fight, We All Fight, but the second half of it is called The Meaning Behind Club Unity. And so I want to talk about it in three respects. And you're my guest, you're a co-host, but since we don't have any guests, you're my guest. I'm interviewing you. So, so what I want to talk about is, I want to talk about unity of the club with respect to three subjects. Subject one is the one we're going to look at on the video. Subject two, because we have a lot of people that watch this and they want to learn the right ways to do things. So subject two, I want to talk about support. What is actually supporting your club brothers and sisters when we talk about unity? Because in motorcycle clubs, we have this idea that this is more than a hobby. A hobby would be a riding club. There's no expectation from a hobby that anything further than hanging out and riding for a little bit is expected. But in a motorcycle club, this is supposed to be a professional organization of riders in a traditional motorcycle club. And
Right.
there is an expectation of family, brotherhood, and unity and sisterhood. So, what the hell does that mean? And what does that look like in terms of one, the one fight we all fight idea, two, uh, support, and three, participation? So I want to talk about those three things tonight. I don't want to have just like this long show, but I absolutely want to have something, an inspirational nugget that someone can take away from here and say, "Gee, I learned something that maybe I didn't know before." So you are a very respected member of the Mighty Outcast Nation, Motorcycle Club Nation.
Right
You
on.
are a leader down there in South Florida, where you are the president that presides over the COC down there in your region, and you've been at this for a while. You've also been in a 99 percenter club, so you've seen both sides. So we're going to look at this video, and then we're going to be hitting you up and for your expertise, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go to the video. Everybody's seen it, I'm sure, but we're going to look at it again, and this is the first time you've seen it, so we're going to look at it again. And let me just move all of this out of the way, and we'll go from here. And action! I think probably the last finger point was the thing that maybe did it for a lot of folks. Let me.
Hey, I did not know
I
that.
don't want to get arrested.
Hey, I was going to tell you, man, I did not know that Takashi 6ix9ine rode motorcycles. I did not know that.
Oh my goodness. We said we'd be nice. No, I said I'd be nice. I didn't. We didn't you
No,
didn't
that's
agree.
funny.
Yeah. So your impressions, from your side of the fence, what's your impressions?
I'll tell you. So there's a all right. All right. So here's the thing. It's like I'm fighting myself because I want to censor myself and say all the right things, politically correct. But for anybody that's been watching us for a while, know that I'm really horrible at doing that. So I'll just say it like I mean it. So a few things. I want to preface this that we don't know what happened before, what led up to it. We do not know that. However, and, there's a couple of different ways, but what I do know is that we have a saying on the diamond side of things is we say patches over badges. Now this gets a little tricky here
You
because
say patches over a lot of things, but okay.
oh, yeah, but I mean specifically as it relates to law enforcement, we don't do that, and I mean unless the holy pope broke into your house with freaking with the president and freaking Billy D. Williams or something weird, like you know what I mean? Like unless there's something major going on, and you just needed verification that it's Billy D. and the Pope that broke into your back door because nobody's going to believe it. Uh, you know, we don't really deal with police like that. However, and I'm trying to look at this possibly like what in the whole wide world would cause that guy to do the damn what I call the Takashi 6ix9ine when he hit the
Maybe that guy was breaking into something or robbing someone or something, and he
now,
was.
I mean any number of things, but so I guess what I'm saying is like this. So the fight happened, you know, and there's a variety of different reasons as to why he might have did that, but I know, and again, we're just looking at the little snapshot version of it, but protocol dictates that you shut the hell up. what was supposed to happen, like on our side of the fence, what's supposed to happen is, I don't give a damn. They beat the ever loving life out of each other. When they heard the whoop whoop and 5-0 rolls up, they give each other a hug and slap on the head. And, oh, you got me that time, buddy. And when they say, what the hell's going on here? Hey, officer, just me and my buddy were just fooling around here. The problem with that in this scenario is that the one guy clearly didn't have on rags at all. No colors, no cut, no. Depending on where you are, rags, colors, cuts. He was not. Didn't look like he was a club member of any kind of motorcycle club, so he wasn't necessarily going to be of the same mind. That being said, the one guy definitely was. So you might want to think that himself and or his buddies that was there might have been like, hey, y'all be cool. Let's not talk to the cops about this. It's settled. It's done. It's over. It's what you might want to say. Again, we don't know what happened beforehand. It might have been the situation whereas, who knows? That guy might have been the white guy who looked like he was getting the better of the dude with the.
He was handling his business over there.
Yeah, he was handling his business. He was getting it in. And the thing is, we don't know. Maybe maybe he had to talk to the cops so the cops would save his ass. Like get him before he comes back.
Your boy had him in a hold for a minute. He had him in a hold. I've had all the jiu-jitsu experts hit me up and say he didn't have him in shit. I was like, well, looked like he had him for a minute to me.
I'll put it like this: neither one of them looked like neither one of those guys were talented fighters. Because you and myself have both seen what talented fighters look like. Neither one was that. But based on what they were working with, the skinny white guy, he definitely had the upper hand, in my humble opinion. But the thing is, though,
I got to tell you the story about the one time that I went to jail for speeding. There was a skinny white boy. We were in Decatur. There are white guys in jail in Decatur. There was one white guy, one skinny little white boy, and I'm in there all scared and stuff because I'm just here for a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to murderers and stuff, so I'm just like, oh my goodness! And for some reason they let us have our phones in the place. Yeah, I had my phone. I had $2,000 in my pocket, and I was
fancy deal.
Waiting to get moved upstairs with the yellow suits and stuff or whatever. I was driving on a backdated license or something like that, and they took me down there. So I'm sitting in there, and this skinny white guy walks up, and he's looking, he's all walking all bad through there, and so he had his phone, and this black guy said, this big huge black guy said, "Hey man, can I use your phone?" And he said, "No." And the guy said, "Why not?" And he spun around, "Because I said so!" And he jumped. And I was just like, oh my God. He jumped all in the guy's face. The guy was like, "Hey, Chihuahua, no problem. Man, this guy, he's spinning around looking at people. "You got a problem?" And everybody was like, dude, so it's so funny because he turned out to be the nicest guy in the world. He comes over to me. He goes, "Okay, do you have somebody is somebody going to come get you? You have a bail bondsman?" He pulled a card out. He turned out to be such a nice guy, but I tell you something, that guy was handling that cell. I was like, okay, dude, whatever, man. So that's my, jail story. I have one.
I have about 78 of them. I went on the what I dubbed as the 2-decade penal institution / jail facility tour. From what was it? From I don't know, from about 1989 till about 2015, because I was curious as to what our tax dollars were doing for these institutions and these jails and so forth. So I had to go deep undercover to go in all these jails and
Understood.
find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. But. But yeah, so that was a nice jail. I've never even heard of you being able to. Like, I had cell phones while I was a visitor of the city, county, and or state. I had cell phones, but they didn't give them to me or let me keep the one I came there with. That was different.
Well, as I understood it, you would keep that stuff until they moved you up, and then they would call you out and take all your stuff from you and everything. Hey,
Right.
man, Georgia's crazy because I had $2,000 in my pocket. My bail was $2,000, and I couldn't even bail myself out of jail. You had to have someone come. I wasn't from Georgia, so I had to call my ex girlfriend who didn't like me anymore, and
Yeah.
and actually, cry on the phone. Please come get me out of here. So it was
Oh no! Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
it was horrible. Like, I'm not coming to get you. I don't even like you anymore. What the hell? I can't. So anyway, it was that was something else, man. But I had like 2 grand on me. I'm sitting in there like, well, what if they find out I got my money? I'm gonna have to fight in this place. It was. Then they brought this moldy. Oh my god, the food. Holy moly! I realized I wasn't cut out for that. But anyway,
Yeah, I hear you. It's like I'll tell you. All right. Well, what the hell? All right. Here we go, telling the truth again. So,
sharing moment here.
there's a thing that happens after you've visited one or two facilities. There's a thing that goes on in your head. Like shortly after you come in and you hear the first clang clang, the doors thing. There's a switch that goes off in your head that literally changes the metabolic functions of your body. So now you're able to digest, and in fact, you actually to some degree can crave jail food because of the fact that it's very much a part of the whole jail experience by which to eat and or keep your food and make sure nobody else takes it, and depending on what type of individual you are, to actually take somebody else's, so you actually crave that food. And it's a survival, it's honestly it's a survival thing. The other thing is that a cell phone, I swear, when you were talking about a cell phone and $2,000, I'm like, well, shit, you didn't need the $2,000 if you had a cell phone, because you'll make $2,000 and then some off the cell phone. I can tell you the majority of the time, and I'm not bragging. I don't want anybody to think, oh, he's advocating going to jail. No, jail sucks. All right, let's get that clear. Jail sucks. However, you have to thrive in any situation that you're in. Like my brother Cisco always says, if they could drop me off in the damn desert, and I'm going to come out a week later riding a lion with about 2 grand in my pocket. But so jail, same ideology. But in jail, that cell phone, that's worth a lot of money. I say half the time I ever went to jail, I left jail with way more money than I came in with. I mean consistently. That
Well,
was because there's opportunities anywhere.
when I think of that skinny white guy, he wound up letting that guy use his phone. It was funny. After he screamed and pushed everybody off, everybody sitting in the corner, like, he came back later. Would you like to use the phone? Yeah, man, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, sure. But don't take too long. Oh, man, I enjoyed that guy. He turned out to be such a great guy, especially for my 6 hour visit. I was ready to get the hell out of there. But
What-
I say that we don't know what this guy, he could have been a school shooter they were stopping or whatever. But
yeah,
my,
yeah,
my thing is this, I wanted to get from your perspective. And I said in my video Friday, I said, listen, the MC doesn't take losses. There's no way
facts.
that you're wearing that cut that anyone gets you on your back and we're not stomping them to death.
You know,
Uh,
if I can jump in there, that's the thing that shocked me. That shocked me because here's the thing. So and you know this. You and I come from a similar background. I was Marine Corps. I'm Marine Corps. You Navy. We don't believe in taking no loss, right? And we have a certain ideology about honor and this, that, and the other thing, and that's all well, fine, and good. And I know both of us, you and me, both, we can handle our business. We know that. But on the set, here's the thing: you are not going to, if you're standing around while your brother's getting his ass beat, and you're like standing there with your cell phone, like recording it. I don't know who was, but God forbid it was a brother that was standing around getting the video and he wasn't helping beat that dude's ass. I Let me tell you, on this side of the fence, there's no such thing as a fair fight. A fair fight is the one that you won. And
because the colors can take no loss.
oh no, you do not take a loss. You do not take a loss.
So I had a lot of guys come on and say, I don't need any help. I don't need any. I want to handle it on my own. I think you're a wussy when 4 guys jump in. Well, it's not about any of that. It's about winning at all costs. Period. When you are in that situation, you if you want to fight one on one, I say take your colors off. Here, bro, hold these. But if you're in these colors,
Oh yeah, oh
there's
yeah.
no one on one, in
I've
my
spoke about
opinion.
it, I've spoke about it before, like in the Marine Corps when we go to Potter's Field. What the first thing you do, and you know where I'm going with this. First thing you do, you take off any rank insignia that says your rank or USMC. You take that off, and you and that captain, lieutenant, staff sergeant.
You have to let the folks know what Potter's Field is.
Oh yeah. So Potter's Field in the Marine Corps, let's say two Marines, does not matter what the rank. They can be officer, enlisted, or anywhere in between. Two Marines have a disagreement that they can't settle, and they need to work it out physically. So Potter's Field is a fictitious place that's wherever the hell you say it is. It could be next to the chow hall. It could be behind the barracks. It could be in the middle of the friggin' Mojave Desert. It could be on the back of a deuce and a quarter truck. It is wherever the heck you say it is, and there's going to be some Marine there who's usually some NCO who's going to say, okay, well, you all need to work this out. You got 3 minutes. You got 5 minutes. You got 7 minutes. You got 2 minutes. You got 1 minute. Whatever it is, he's going to tell you, here's how much time you get. And during that time, you're going to beat the hell out of each other, or at least that's the idea behind it. Once that fight is over, whoever is deemed the winner, whatever y'all are arguing about, whoever won that fight, he's right. Whoever lost that fight, he's wrong. And once it's done, it's done. And whoever was right, whatever y'all needed to do about that thing, you move in a direction in which whoever won that fight, it don't matter who he is. If he was right, that's how everybody gets down. There is no arguing about it no more. There's no fighting about it no more. If there's a beer somewhere near, y'all are going to drink a beer and shut the hell up about it. You don't talk about it no more. That's it. It's done. The MC, it's not too much different. There's some clubs that don't encourage that. There's some that allow for it under certain circumstances. But what's not going to happen is just like somebody just beating somebody's ass willy nilly. And because let me tell you, if you got on them rags, your colors are not going to take a loss. And that's what. And the interesting thing about that is that you get two different organizations who disagree about a thing, and everybody has that same exact ideology. There is ultimately going to be, and this is where some of the drama and some of these, you hear about these guys that have been hating each other for 20 years. Man, it's some cats, some clubs that have been at each other's throats for 20 years. Nobody even remembers why it was. And a lot of times it started behind some girl and this guy and that guy 20 years ago. And all you know now is every time I see them guys, I'm going to beat them up because I'm not going to take a loss because we ain't going to do it. There's guys that keep score, like who beat whose ass last time and to how many people got their ass beat. And they're like, okay, they're up by two. They got these two back in 2001. So it's 2022. So we got about 2 more months to make this, I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
forget the stock market. Ask one of those guys. They know how to keep the numbers.
So Dazed and Confused says, you're right. Facts bones. You sanitize your uniform. Woodline counseling was damn effective.
Damn
Damn
right.
effective. We in the submarine navy called it fan room counseling. The fan room was where
Oh
we
yeah.
go
Oh yeah.
and lock up in the fan room and then handle that there. It didn't
Say,
matter whether it was a chief or an officer versus it didn't matter what happened. Especially when somebody said rank is not an issue.
yeah.
I'm glad he said that. Um, so I just, I want to point out for people that are young in the motorcycle club world, what we mean by this is simply this. Motorcycle club is not about ego. It's not about you. It's not about how you feel. It's not about how you want to prove yourself a man. These colors will take no loss. And when we're together, we are a unit, period. Just like the military never leaves a man alone, never leaves a man behind. We don't leave our brothers behind. Uh, any closing thought on that you want to add to that before we move on?
No, I think that's very much for anybody who's watching who thinks, oh my gosh, that's barbaric, because I've heard that before. And again, it's not the ideology that we have in in martial arts or in the Marine Corps, even in the Navy, unless, of course, if it's time of war, you win by any means necessary, and that's from whence that's where the ideology comes from. Um, you're not going to take a loss. So when we watch that video, which is what we were talking about, watching that video, it's interesting and all that. So I was more the two things that struck me was, again, this dude pointing like that dude over there. Again, I'm hoping to God there's uh, a understandable story behind this dude going, that guy. Amazed. The other thing I was amazed at, the cop with a bunch of black guys standing there went after the white guy. I'm not used to seeing that. That was shocking. Um, I don't even know what that was all about, but who knows what. And the other thing is this: is that again, his brothers saw him out there scrapping, and he was getting it. That guy was giving him the business, and nobody helped. Even if, let's say, they didn't want to beat him up, maybe they just needed to get him off him, something, anything. But that's none of those things happen. And again, I don't know who these guys were. I'm just saying, from a casual observer standpoint, it was a lot
Last
to
time I
digest.
actually saw something like that was an Iron Order video, and this had to be about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
And they were in some sort of a restaurant, and the bro stood around while one guy got waxed in there. And I this was 5 or 6 years ago. I made a whole video about it, and it was very interesting. So let's move on to the next thing, and let's talk about support, because motorcycle clubs. Yeah, we've all seen the raggedy motorcycle club in the area where folks don't show up to help each other. They don't, if you go to the hospital and you go through a surgery and you go through a reconstruction period, and what do they call that?
yeah,
Rehabilitation period.
sure.
And then you come back to work, and then you go to your club meeting, and you haven't seen a club brother in all that time. You ain't in no club. I don't know what to call it that you're in,
Yeah.
but I think that the meaning behind unity, we need to talk a few minutes about support. And I want to say that one of the things I'm so incredibly proud of is uh, the Black Sabbath, my motorcycle club. We had a run to Tulsa. Now you know how much gas is, 4, 5, $6 a gallon. We had chapters show up from all over the country, and of course we had a situation where we lost 3 of our members. So let me tell you a little bit about support. Support is, um, we lost them on, I guess, Thursday. So the there was one weekend, so 2 weeks later, I guess. So a weekend went by, and then very next weekend we buried them. So less than 14 days later, we had at least 100 bikes show up. All these people that had just done a cross country ride, had just spent all that money, had just taken all that time off work, had ridden in from Colorado Springs, Topeka, Kansas,
Yeah.
down in Florida, Maryland, all these people uh, over in California, all these people get on their motorcycles and ride back to put our folks away with pride and dignity. And I could not have been more happy with the fact that this club understands support. So, talk to me a little bit about support and what support means in terms of motorcycle club unity. What a person should know that maybe doesn't.
All right. Well, first let's differentiate between support in the general expression of the word support and what that means in the MC community versus support clubs. Because there's so support, first of all, means you appreciate or have some love or respect for another entity that's a part of your motorcycle community, be there a part of your bloodline or not. And when I say bloodline, I mean if we're talking about Outcast has clubs that are support clubs and that are members of our councils and so on and so forth. As in, we bless this one, that one, and the other one, and we've got these clubs right here that are directly under us. So that's part of our bloodline, if you will. Um, and of course, we have a relationship. There's other clubs who might be associated with a different dominant, a different dominant in the area, or a different dominant in a different part of the state or a different part of the country. We're cool with them. They're cool with us. They appreciate what we do. We appreciate what they do. You know, that doesn't mean, and I want to be clear, that doesn't mean that if I've got a headache or an issue or somebody wants to beat me up, that they're going to stop what they're doing to come and get involved in my BS. Not saying that. What I'm saying is that there's folks who appreciate what we do and who we are. And if I open my doors on a Friday night, and we're gonna just chop it up and have some cocktails and eat some food and listen to some music and chase a bunch of mean ass women, any of that kind of stuff, they're gonna come out and they're gonna break bread with us, and we're gonna do what bikers enjoy doing. That shows support of, because if we're trying to we need a couple of bucks because somebody went down on their motorcycle and they're going through a hard time right now financially. Well, folks magically show up and decide, hey, they got an envelope for you. Here's a couple of bucks. We passed the hat around the clubhouse. Hold on to that and do what you need to do with it. We want to help out. That's the sort of thing that happens on a very regular basis in the motorcycle club community that doesn't exist as frequently in I say regular, that's a loaded expression, but in regular society, it doesn't happen as much. Most folks don't have a built-in organization or a built-in society who automatically thinks, if you need me, I'm coming. That's what happens on the set in the MC community, and that's the reason why people wonder, well, why do you guys do that? You get on those motorcycles and you ride and you go all these different places and da 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 da, because it's a sort of brotherhood and the sort of, again, like we called in the Marine Corps, esprit de corps. It's the kind of stuff that we got used to. We got spoiled being in the Marine Corps. You guys being in the submarine service, you got spoiled by the way that if a man said, "I got your back," that wasn't just a little catchphrase. He meant that, and when you said it, you meant it, and you put your ass or your money on the line on more than one occasion to prove that. And then after you did it, you didn't say, "Hey, you saw what I did for you, right?" No,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't gonna hear none of that. It's like, "Hey, he did what he was supposed to do because that's your brother. That's how he gets down. That's your sister. That's how she's supposed to get down." It's understood. And like a lot of brothers say nowadays, what's understood don't need to be explained. But in this circumstance, in this arena, we're going to explain it so that those folks that might not be as familiar with what we do, it gives them a little glimpse as to, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. It's starting to make a little sense now. But yeah, that's what it's about. So there's support in the general sense on the set, and then there's support as far as like your support clubs. The way that we get down, or a number of clubs, just because, let's say you're a dominant club, just because you have issues, headaches, or concerns does not by default mean that your support club inherits your issues, headaches, or concerns. If they elect to help out, or if something comes up and they happen to be there and they care to assist, that's great. Um, that's not something that's mandatory, never has been on this side of the fence, because there's two sets in the world. Not beating up on nobody else, but on our side of the fence, hey, we handle our own business, and if folks help out, it's always appreciated,
Right.
but it's not required.
So for me, the idea is, when you have to go and you're supporting a club brother or a club sister, a lot of folks don't understand that support goes beyond the cameras, lights, action, and hospital stays.
Yeah,
When you have someone that's been through what our club members have been through, it is going to take a long time for them to recover. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Recover financially, recover mentally, recover emotionally. Just even getting back on a motorcycle. Listen, I wasn't even involved in the crash, and I could barely even ride home. I was completely effed up. So if you can imagine what somebody that was involved in the crash would have to go through. So I think that when you think about being involved in a motorcycle club family, that you have to put in your mind that what I wanted to say, what unity is really all about. Unity is all about um, uh, all of the precious pieces of extending yourself out that you might not think about in any other in another type of organization.
Right.
On your job, you're not particularly a family with anyone. Now,
Right.
if you're in the military, that's a little different. You sleep with them, and if you're a fireman, that might be a little different. But if you are if you're a accountant over at Barnes and Wells Fargo or whatever, you're not particularly in alliance with all the accountants there. There's
Right.
no expectation of family. But in this that we do, there's an expectation of family. We expect you to support. We expect you to be calling um, on our people. We expect you to be there long after the hospital stay, long after the lights, and long after the television, and all,
Yeah.
the camera crews and stuff like that. And I think that's where motorcycle clubs can fall short. And I
Yeah.
wanted to make that a point in this show. When we talk about unity, it's more than just showing up at the fight to help that brother. If that brother had broken his leg, our you support is okay. Well, I got him to the hospital. I stopped him from getting beaten up, but am I there to make sure that he gets to work for the next week? Support requires sacrifice.
Yeah.
Support requires that you put yourself out.
Yeah.
Support requires that you go the extra distance. It ain't easy to support somebody.
My brother Wise says this. He has I call them Wise isms because he says all of these little things. He drops these gems all the time. But one of the things that he says, he's been saying it for years, and it's very appropriate to our conversation now. But he says brotherhood is a burden,
Hmm.
and but it's a burden that if you are actually a brother, you readily accept it. Don't even bitch, moan, and complain about it because brotherhood is a burden. If brotherhood was easy, everybody would be a real brother. And that's just not always the case. Which is why, as it relates to another thing, as it relates to motorcycle clubs, we get to choose who our brothers are, and that's why people go, "Well, I don't know if I want to do that. It's gonna, I'll have to be a probie or probate or prospect whatever for a year or two or three or all of this stuff. I don't know if I want to do that. That's fine. That's the reason why it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But for those folks that actually apply themselves, who go through all of that stuff that they go through in order to put on those rags, those patches, well, they earned their way into it, and it was a process by which we need to figure out who you are, test your mettle, so to speak. So once you do that, you have a much better idea about the character of that man that you're going to ultimately bestow the title of brother, right? Uh, so that's why it's not 5 minutes long. It's like it's not like the weekend where you say, hey, just come out here on a couple of 3 weekends and go to boot camp for 2 weeks and here you go. Not taking anything away from reserve, but you see what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is
Right.
it's in
Right.
for many of us on the MC side, a lot of us. It's not that brothers don't have a, a job or a clock to punch or something like this. They do, but their 24/7 is that club, whether it's 3 a.m. or 2 in the afternoon, or whether it's Mother's Day weekend. That's a big one because Mother's Day, I can tell you, clubs do stuff on Mother's Day. Do you know how difficult it is to say to your significant other or your mother or whomever she is that, love you, babe. Let me jump on my bike. I'll see you 11 o'clock tonight when I finish doing this, whatever the hell it is that I'm doing with the club, or I'll get back on Tuesday and I'll bring you a flower and a box of candy or something. Oh, that takes a special level of dedication and a special level of selfishness too. By the way, so we get it. It's selfish, but we do it. And by the way, sidebar: God bless those women that support us and make it less difficult for us to do the things that we do. Um, but yeah, there's a lot to it. Brotherhood and this dedication that we have is unparalleled. It just doesn't really exist so much in civilian society. You know, like
Right.
okay, one more thing. So what you'll notice in real motorcycle clubs. I'll qualify that later because I saw Unreal Motorcycle Club earlier today. But anyway, in real motorcycle clubs, there's a few things that exist. Hold on, how was I going to say it? Okay, never mind. I forgot. I was babbling. I forgot.
Oh, no,
I'll come
no,
back to it.
no problem. There are a few things that exist in motorcycle clubs today. We will come back to that.
Yeah, right.
So, but it's important to know that you are expected to be a family member, and we expect you to support like a family member. So if you saw your brother out there, I mean, a brother that you loved out there getting his butt whooped, would you really just watch that happen? Or your mom or something like that?
Yeah.
And so, I don't care about all the, well, I fight one on one and all that old stuff. I don't want to hear it. We're together as a family, and that's how we must go. We must support each other. I had a member of my club. She joined my club because she had a motorcycle wreck at just 29 miles an hour and actually damaged her skull to the point that she had brain fluid leaking out of her skull. She never saw her club the whole time she was in the hospital, and they
Mm.
wound up trying to take
Oh,
her colors for her not
wow.
participating. They're
Wow.
going to show and take her colors. You weren't riding your motorcycle. I've been in the hospital with brain. These people they really crack me up how tough they'll get with one of their club brothers or sisters or whatever, but they won't get tough with
The
this.
ops. No, the ops can do their thing all day long because, yeah, don't get me started on that subject because I've seen that a number of times. I get a lot of calls from folks all over the United States and Canada and a few other countries where we talk about all these things. And it's amazing to me how frequently the phone calls go, well, so and so in my club, and yeah, we're gonna take them rags from him. And the thing, and the majority of the time it's something that's unimportant. I'm like, you know what, you guys, this fictitious club, I'm like, if you guys would actually get out and ride your motorcycles and go from point A to point B, you'd have a lot less time to be so nitpicky and giving somebody in your own club a hard time all the time about all of this little silliness, and I notice the higher up the food chain the club goes, and I'm not saying that all kinds of clubs don't have issues. Of course they do, but I noticed with like the RCs and the Walmart riders, or like some guys who just got together and slapped on a T-shirt and said, "Hey, we're the ABC boys" or whatever. Those guys have a heck of a lot more issues with some bylaws that they made up and giving each other a hard time
Oh
because
man,
they're spending too much time in the living room sitting around having meetings and stuff instead of getting out on the motorcycle and riding. Because here's the thing: when you get on your motorcycle and you get out and ride, and God forbid something happens, you figure out real quick, hey, you're gonna have my back. Am I gonna have yours? And if you're out there and it's just you, let's say it's you and four other guys, and you get out there and some of these boogeymen with the jewelry on come to see you, you're going to figure out real quick. You're going to stand 10 toes down together, or you're going to get your ass beat individually. You
yeah,
figure it out. You figure it out real quick.
yeah.
But it's a way of thinking. It's an ideology.
So I want to talk about the last subject tonight, uh, which is participation. So Uncle Shaggy once said the three hallmarks of a great organization are communication, respect, and participation. Communication, respect, and participation. If you have communication, respect, and participation, you have a great organization. So let's talk about unity with respect to participation. What is expected from a motorcycle club guy in terms of participation? Is this a hobby, or do we expect you to be around here? And what can we do without the participation? So speak on that for a few minutes for me.
Hold on 1 second.
Uh oh,
This is the mic.
about to drop them.
You're ready to drop it.
All right.
Okay. So, so one of my favorite questions: what is expected, or better, different way of saying it, what should you do as far as your motorcycle club is concerned? I don't care whether it's a women's club, all man's club, diamond club, OMC, whatever. If you can figure these things out, you can get these three things done, then a lot of things are going to work out for you. So here's the three things. So you pay your dues, fuck with your bros, and ride your shit. I knew I was gonna drop that mic. You saw I dropped the mic. You saw that.
There we go.
So I'll say it again. Pay your dues, fuck with your bros, and ride your shit. If you do those three things, everything else is gonna work out. I'm telling you. I alluded to it a little earlier about, hey, if you get on your motorcycle and you ride your bike from here, because it's a motorcycle club, people forget that part. They forget about the part where it's, oh yeah, we do have them bikes. I mean, I've spent $25,000 on that thing to sit in the garage and collect dust. Like you see these guys going to church. Church means a club meeting. So you going to go to church and it's more F-150s in the parking lot than it is Harleys. That's a problem. You know. Now I can say if it's New York and it's January, okay, I'll give you a pass on that one. But if you're in Florida, anytime, where's your bike? You know, because after church, get on your bike and go ride somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or any other day for that fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if in your chapter, and I've been doing this for a long time. So if in your club there's like one guy, here's how you know you're getting ready to lose a member. By the way, if you got one guy in your club who's always sending out a text message, hey, want to go ride somewhere? Hey, want to go hit bike night? Hey, I'm thinking about going down to Miami. Hey, I'm thinking about such and such and such. And he's in there like group chat or whatever. And like he's the only one ever saying it and no one's ever answering. You can give that guy 6 to 12 months, if that, and he is gone. He's going somewhere else because he got in a club so he could ride motorcycles with his brothers. And if the only thing you ever want to do is show up at the clubhouse, once a month or every month and a half or something like that, so you can show up and pretend like you're still a member, and that's the only time you hear from him, guess what? It ain't going to take him long to figure that out. Mm-hmm. That's how those clubs go the way of the dinosaur. But going back to the original question, it is about participation. It's about respect. It's about communication. But if you do those three things I was talking about, then all of those things happen by default.
I just think that a lot of times, we moan and groan and complain so much to get into the MC that we really didn't have time to be in the first place. And then once we find out that to that what it takes is something that it takes from within inside of you, that we have an expectation. And if you're not meeting that expectation, you're not part of who we are. You're not, bro, you're just not getting it.
Yep.
And for me, that's it's tough. To have 15 guys in a city and you only ever see one guy out.
Oh yeah.
The Prez is going out doing everything. He's making all the runs, all the rides, paying all the money, supporting everything, and he's out there without a sergeant at arms.
Oh, yeah. That's we've seen it. And it's unfortunate because, but like I said, when you see that kind of stuff, it's almost like you can almost start the countdown as to how long that club is going to be around. Or sometimes it's a chapter. When you see that all the time, sometimes it's a chapter, sometimes it's a whole entire club. Because if they only got 3 chapters to begin with anyway, they ain't gonna be around that long.
Dazed and Confused says I can hang out in a bar without paying monthly dues. I'm in a riding club to ride with my club. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
we weren't talking to him, but the thing is, so all right, well, all right. So who said that now?
Dazed and Confused. He says he expects to be riding with his bros. All this other stuff is nonsense, and
Yeah,
I have to agree with him.
and say
Some of
yeah.
these fools.
So there is something to what he said. There's definitely something to what he said. The thing is, though, is don't be confused. I've seen riding clubs with way more BS than anybody else. Now, a good riding club is going to do just what he said. The problem is the majority or a whole bunch of riding clubs, they decide, hey, we're going to be riding clubs and we're going to be, like they want to be like Rough Riders, some which is a wonderful like they're basically a lifestyle club, a party club. Hey, they get down. I love those guys. They've got it figured out, but they also do have internal club politics, like all clubs do. So if you think that a riding club, just because you get together and and which they should get together and ride, the problem is the second that they structure their riding club like any other real clubs, then all of the other stuff can happen. But again, so if your club is doing those 3 things, you're good. You're good. But if that's not, I mean, because it's real catchy. People are real quick to, my club, da 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 da. If they're telling the truth, that's great. If they're not, then
No, I was one time having a. If you ever look on on my brother's cuts, there's these patches,
mm,
these riding accomplishments patches, 1,000 miles in a day, 1,500 miles in a day, this sort of thing. And I came up with those patches when the guys were fighting so much in between.
yeah,
There was a time we were infighting so terribly. So I talked to a national president, an old guy, and I was like, man, I just don't know what to do. He says, oh, your bros is fighting because they ain't riding. Put an excuse to put them wheels on the ground. You'll see the fighting disappear. It's kind of like you said. If
yeah,
something breaks out there or your bike breaks on the road, you got to get on the back of your other your bro's bike and turn around backwards or whatever the case may
mhm,
be.
yeah,
You're laughing the whole time. You're falling off the bike. I'll never forget when I went across the country with Ride or Die. We was rolling through Houston. They got potholes big enough to lose aircraft carriers in them suckers. This guy hit a pothole that threw his motorcycle in the air. And you know how these raggedy Harleys y'all ride are. They have these compartments that plop up. Everything left that compartment. His cell phone, his gloves, his wallet, just in a quarter-mile line down the street. And I was like, bro, we're on the highway in Houston. We ain't never getting that back. So we walked down the highway about a mile and we got everything back, and I was,
mhm,
but his front tire was rim was bent,
yeah.
and and the air was coming out of it. And we had to go all the way to California.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I saw a few tears come down his eyes. So we pulled off the highway for the night. The next day, he gets up, puts some fix-a-flat in that tire, says a prayer on one knee, and then looks up at us and says, "Let's go." I was like, "Let's go." Man, we rode 110 miles an hour with hit all. I was like, man, these things are the fun things. And
yeah,
I was looking over at that motorcycle with him
mhm,
till we finally got to a Harley Davidson, and boy did I get to clown them guys that day. Another raggedy Harley story. But this is, if you're not participating, if you're not on that bike, if you're not rolling with your brothers, if you're not supporting them when they get hurt, when they get injured, if you're not supporting them when their back is to a wall, if you would stand around and take a video while your brother is fighting,
mhm,
not of our ilk.
right,
You are not of our caste, our class, our construct. You're not who we are, in my opinion.
yeah,
And you need to seriously rethink yourself, or maybe you need to go. You're not worth my cut. If you can't support me, if you won't ride with me, if you won't stand behind me when I'm in trouble, I might get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, you handle me when we get back to the clubhouse, bro. Here you are again. You done got me out in this shit again. I'm not going nowhere else with you. But you don't leave me out there hanging. Nah,
Yeah,
that's not what I
that's it.
expect. I don't expect that from my military brothers. I had some cats. We didn't get along. There were some guys from racist Mississippi and some guys from liberal New York. And when the stuff went down, them cats were together as one man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They'd get back to the barracks and one guy not like the other guy's rap music, and they'd be fighting in the barracks. But when they got out, uh, when we got out, man, and we were out there and we were facing this, that, or the other, bro, we were family, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. One fight, we all fight. One fall, we all fall.
Oh yeah.
One is in
That's it.
trouble, we're all in trouble. One is in the hospital, we're all in the hospital. We're all there at the hospital while you're in that hospital. People say, man, I didn't know bikers did all that because we got, we would have bikers surrounding the hospital during COVID. Like we couldn't go in,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but we'd be out in the parking lot. And these are the things that young folks in motorcycle clubs should know. I need you. I'm here because I'm not a loner. Bikers are loners. Clubbers are herd animals. We
Yep.
need the herd. There's safety in numbers. Join the herd. Clubbers are herd animals. We need the herd. We love the herd. We like being with our brothers and sisters. That's
Yep.
that's where I'm coming from. How about you?
Man, that's very much it. And I think that there's consistently a misunderstanding. And I don't mean to suggest that okay, let me give you a scenario. So you see you go to, I don't know, your local watering hole, and you see some big burly SOB, belly up to the bar, talking with another fella that looks just like him, and they're not dealing or interacting with nobody else. It's not that they hate the rest of the world. It's just that he loves his brother a lot, and that everybody else doesn't necessarily speak the same language as he does. There's a certain camaraderie, there's a certain understanding, and also there's a certain amount of safety. Like, you can keep other folks safer by not fooling with them, because I can't tell you how many times I've been out and about as recently as a week, not even a week ago. I want to say not that long ago. I'm out at a thing, and some fella wanted to come over, and he wanted to start touching on me. And what's this? What's that? So I grabbed him appropriately, helped him understand that that's a bad idea, and he proceeded to just say the stupidest things, and some there's some other jewelry wearing so and so's who don't have good tans like I do. Took it upon themselves to take the fellow for a chat and help him understand a little bit better. And I appreciated that, because I was kind of like, man, really? Like, this was somebody else's thing. So I'm like, wow. And my point, I just censored the hell out of myself, by the way. But anyway, you know, it's not that, like you said, it's not that bikers are loners or anything else like that. I mean, you're talking about folks who enjoy spending time with like-minded individuals. Don't mean we hate the rest of the world, just means we love us. Like, in the traditional sense of this thing, bikers banded together because we were like broken toys, man. I wrote an article about the misfits. So we were the misfits coming back from war, whereas the stuff that our brothers had seen and done made them less likely to fit in so very well with regular civilian society anymore. There was a a learning curve. Like, now we talk about PTSD and all that kind of stuff. Folks didn't know what the hell that was back in the day. We just knew, hey, I'm kind of screwed up right now. So are you, man? Okay, cool. Let's hang. We can talk. And that's where a lot of this MC stuff grew out of. Not all of it, but that's where a lot of this grew out of. But yeah, bikers, you look at every year, there's these big toy runs, and when it's time to go back to school, who's raising money and all this stuff? It's the bikers that are doing that. Somebody, God forbid, somebody's house burns down, bikers are coming out. Some perv touches a kid, who's coming out? Bikers. There's a group called BACA, BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. BACA is going to get it in. They're going to watch out for that kid. They're going to take him to court. They're going to go to school with that kid. They're going to, if there's a way to have conversation with the offender, they might help out with that and a whole bunch of other things. And these are things that Rodney and Daryl that live on either side of your house, they're too busy living their lives to give a damn about their fellow man. So it's bikers that are doing this, not just for other bikers, but for regular folks in the community. I love us.
Big Bone said he would speak on the difference of a real club versus not real. Curious to hear his position. Well,
Okay.
that submarine sailor wasn't going to let you get away with that. I also want to say hello to Shaggy One Percenter and Shaggy Invader One Percenter. Good to see you, man.
Shaggy, what's up, bro?
So you're gonna give.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what I was talking about is, ooh, I'm going to hurt some feelings, but that's all right. It happens. So what happens is when I talk about real club, and I try not to talk too bad, because there's all this. I'll be spending the next 4 months um, building all kinds of emails and stuff about this from people who are butthurt about what I'm getting ready to say. Hold on, I might need to drop my. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so here's the thing. So when I talk about a real club, I'm talking about a club that is established, that's founded and established and run by traditional motorcycle rules, traditional culture of this whole MC thing. A lot of folks come in and they try to invent all kinds of weird stuff that has nothing to do with the motorcycle club culture. When I say a real club, I mean a club that goes through the process of being a real club, not a club who just shows up on the set and doesn't do any of the things properly. They don't receive a proper blessing. They're not properly recognized by the MC community. They're not. They Now sometimes these clubs mimic. Sometimes these clubs will mimic traditional clubs, but it's all aesthetic. They'll put on all of the accoutrement, they'll put on some chains, and they'll put on some rings, and they'll throw in some chaps, and do like the whole village people thing, right? They'll do all of that. But in real life, these certain clubs, like there's a certain LEMC that comes to mind, and that particular club, their whole thing is, well, if you want to be a member of this club, well, first of all, you got to be either an active or a retired police officer, and you have to be a prospect for 30 to 60 days, and you have to pay this much money for your vest, and after that, you have to come hang out in our living room or clubhouse. Some of them have clubhouses. Got to do that, and you got to make a run down to Harley Davidson with us twice in 2 months. And after that, damn it, you're a full patch member.
Hmm.
So that's a little different than, oh, yeah, hold on, let me see. So that's a little different.
We got to get you a sound. I'll get a mic drop sound.
I know, man. I got to work on this equipment here. But so the thing is, though, if that's the situation, if you join a club and before you even hung around, they're telling you, well, pay this much money so you can have your vest by Thursday, and then you can be a full patch member. That's not a real club. If they tell you, like in the scenario that I just gave for that certain LEMC, that's not a real club. And you'll notice these not real clubs, you can almost find out who they are when you see these clubs and you see that they can only interact with themselves when they can't go to anybody's clubhouse, and the only place that they can go is to, like, Harley Davidson or to the open bike night that anybody can go to. And then all of a sudden in Daytona, you see 30 of them all of a sudden that you've never seen before, and they're from your same city.
That was supposed to be a mic drop. That wasn't no damn mic drop.
That's pretty good though. But yeah, man, but that's the whole idea, is that these there's a whole lot of imitators. There's these folks that they watch, and I'm not even exaggerating about this next thing, but there's these guys who they watch Sons of Anarchy for 5 seasons straight. They might have missed the last 1 or 2 seasons, but they learned enough. And after that, they don't need to prospect. They don't need to do all of this other stuff because they watched it on TV. So now they know everything, and then they're gonna call their cousin and their nephew and their wife's ex husband and like the gardener and let him borrow their extra bike, and then they're going to get together and they're going to go down the bike night and they're going to do this all night long, right? And now they must be a club because he was able to make that face. That's how you know. That's
Well,
how
they
you.
all make it.
Yeah, right, right. And I'm telling you,
I like the one. I don't want
hey, look, I grin and laugh because like my brother was telling me the other day, he goes, yeah, he goes, because I like to say I ain't had my ass kicked since the 70s. But my brother reminds me, he goes, yeah, he goes, that was a long time ago. Like you're old at least one good ass whooping. And the thing is, I still don't go around with all of, hey, it's some guys who that's what they do. That's how they are. But life don't have to be that hard. I'm smiling. I mean, I've gotten into horrible scraps, and I was laughing the whole time. I'm like, "Oh boy, this is gonna hurt you tomorrow, boy." But that's just me. So you don't have to be the caricature that you've seen on Sons of Anarchy or Mayans, because that's out now too. But you could probably just be who the hell you are. Total side note: in regard to this whole the question that the fella asked a little while, real club versus fake club. A real club is in fact just that, a real club made up of real individuals. They're not all perpetrating or pretending to be somebody else. If you drink cognac before you join the club and you still like cognac, drink cognac. If you don't do drugs, don't join a club and all of a sudden become a damn cokehead. You know what I mean? If you like Grey Poupon, which these guys tease me about, if you like Grey Poupon, just because you join a club don't mean that you don't like Grey Poupon no more. Like be whoever the hell you was, be that. People miss that part. The club is not the idea of the club is not to change who you are. A good club, and this is the thing. This is the most wonderful thing about one of the most wonderful things about motorcycle clubs is motorcycle clubs and motorcycle culture is one of the most accepting group of people you'll ever want to meet. It's a no judgment zone, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. As long as your thing don't interfere with my thing, we ain't gonna have a thing. Do you? And I mean, and like people say that, oh, do you? Like the girls, hey, do you, boo? And then it's like some little slicky, smart thing. No, in the motorcycle club arena, and bikers in general, it's a no judgment zone. Man, do whatever makes you hell happy. This is some real hedonistic stuff. Sometimes, it's like I don't. All right, I'm not going to say some of the stuff, but I don't care what you do and what her name is that you're doing it with. That's your business. Again, as long as that don't bother me, as long as it's not hurting me, man, do your thing, and I'm not going to judge you for it later. That's what brothers do. Brothers, I don't care. Hey, yeah, that's my brother over there, and he likes ugly chicks. That's his thing. God love him and Broomhilda over there that he's dating. Who cares? That's his thing. But in the regular world, people always got something to say. They always talking.
So anyway, I appreciate you, bro. Shaggy's jumping on you about your Grey Poupon. I've got Merlin jumping on me
Yes.
about talking about Harleys. And
Hey, I got a problem with that Harley comment too, but I was going to save it for off the air.
oh my goodness. And oh my goodness. But I do want to say I appreciate you tonight as always. Thank you so much. We're gonna have some really cool things coming up. Hey, listen, you got your show coming.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, let me put that up here. It's already up there. Watch out for Big Bone's new podcast and YouTube show, The Big Bone Yard.
Yep, yep.
Coming soon.
It's coming.
Yeah. All right.
As soon as
You got your stuff.
got fancy equipment. Fancy
Yeah.
equipment.
You got if you got a Roadcaster Professional, that's the industry standard. That's what everybody's using right now.
That's what it is. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. This is one small piece of that mountain. I got boxes on top of boxes, but this is supposed to be the brain of this situation. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Can you see this thing? Hold on.
A little bit. Oh, look at that, man.
All kinds of.
Oh, wow.
got all kinds of fancy.
I got one right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's got all. So that's the one thing. But then I've got these speakers and microphones and lights and things that shoot from the ceiling and bombs bursting in air and a couple other small. I don't actually know what those small boxes are for. It has wires and buttons. I'm going to Google that shit and see if I can figure it out later.
Just call me tomorrow.
I'll call you. It's tons of stuff.
I'll walk you through it all. It's do you have a stream deck? That's next. You're going to need a stream deck.
I have that. And I got that. And I don't know if I want to. Well, actually, it's Restream. So I've got. Oh wait, are you talking about a piece of equipment or?
Yeah, a piece of equipment called a stream deck.
That might be what the box is.
Yeah, that's.
What's it look like?
One of these things here.
So that's that. Okay, yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, that's a stream deck. That's going to help you out with. Bro, we got you, man. If you got, other stuff, huh?
It looked like something sexual, so I wasn't sure about it. Because
well, you get a sexual kind of feeling once you know how to use it. You get real. So that's the Elgato stream deck, and when you touch it, it lights all up and stuff. And yeah, it's a shortcut tool to do a bunch of stuff. And then of course you'll need your Blackmagic ATM Mini. Yeah,
that's no. I have the African American Mini.
Oh, really?
It's more socially conscious. It's more politically correct.
Yeah. So listen, and then you got to have, hey, this is next level, bro. I'm so jealous, kind of. Like I'm a little jealous, kind of, because how do you guys just get into business with all that stuff? Like this is what I started with. This is it right here. I started with these, an S6. This is a Note 9. I started with this is what I started with, bro.
Well, let's see. I made
1,000 videos with this raggedy thing.
Well, my phone
never got to any of this.
Look, I'm still using my flip phone, and there's certain applications that won't work properly on my flip phone. And then my other phone is diesel operated. It has glow plugs. So, it's just, I couldn't do it. I wanted to do it that way, but, it forced me to go with this stuff.
Somebody says, does Big Bone have a YouTube? Yes, it's called have you made it yet? It's the
it's I think I put it in the room. It's called the Big Boneyard. And right now the second is, I'm not even kidding you, it's a picture of my swimming pool, because I wanted to put something up just so I could, reserve the channel so folks would know, hey, here's where people are going on. They're subscribing right now. So as soon as you
look at this here. How the hell did we get Shaggy on here? Shaggy?
Oh, Shaggy.
Did he mean to do this?
I hope so. Shaggy, I see the thing.
Okay.
Wait, is he coming?
Shaggy's always.
All right. Well, I'll tell you like this. So, but yeah. So if you subscribe now, what's going to happen as soon as we put up the first show, which is going to be, God willing, within a week. But as soon as we start, you'll start getting notifications about what's going on that show.
Well, I think we were supposed to have Shaggy. Shaggy just came in. But if he ever comes on with his face, we'll bring him in to holler at us.
And there's a rumor going on that that Black Dragon is going to be on the Boneyard. I heard that some folks were talking about it the other day at the bar. I can't qualify it, but that's what they're saying.
I need a damn mic.
You got to get you one of these mics.
I'm so mad I don't have a mic to drop. Yeah, absolutely, man. If you want me on, if I would be honored to be on your show. I'm looking for a mic to drop. I'd be honored to be on your show.
Who said that you were allowed?
If I'm allowed, let's see. Who do we? Shaggy's not on yet, but yeah, I'd be absolutely honored, man, to come on and stuff, and watch you and Shaggy surpass me, and that's just what you guys are gonna. You should have seen how fast Shaggy grew, man. It was like,
because people like him, even though they hate him.
Yeah.
They look. Shaggy. This is me and Shaggy have the same affliction. People love us or they love to hate us.
Yeah.
It ain't no between. There's no. They go, what do you think about Shaggy? Nobody's gonna say Uncle Shaggy. No,
Mike,
they're either gonna be like, oh, Uncle Shaggy, that's a righteous brother right there, da 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 da, or they're gonna say that son of a, it's one or the other.
no,
Either
Mike
or.
Clever,
Folks want to, they love to hate him, so they got to watch him so they can, get a good dose of it. And I think I got a little bit of that same thing.
my club brother says 100% of the people in our club love him. 50% love to see him come, and 50% love to see him go.
Hey,
What's up, Shaggy?
what's up?
Where the hell is he that it's still daylight outside? What the hell?
Yeah, it's night here. Are you in Alaska? Let me see. Where,
Shaggy's
yeah,
always
he
got the
froze
same
up.
problem. Always got the same problem.
Yeah.
Shaggy. Oh man. Okay. Well, he tried.
Hey, he's making that face that I was describing to you earlier. See, that's that face I was talking about.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, there he is. All right.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Hey,
Hey,
what's up, Shaggy?
what's going on, brother?
I am riding motorcycles. It's still daylight, Missouri, because we're not on the East Coast.
Right on.
And, you start talking CBs and stuff like that. Everybody's scared of CBs, even them jarheads over there that eat them red crayons.
Hey,
And submariners, they're afraid of us because, we'll sink their boat with just a couple bricks.
Yeah, we don't mess with you guys over at Port Hueneme. We leave you guys the hell
Wait, that's
alone.
different. Wait. The California CBs, that's fine. They're the Hollywood CBs. You do what you want over there. Come over to Gulfport, and you don't have problems.
damn.
Because that's all redneck boys out there.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's like Marine Corps. Them guys San Diego, we say those are Hollywood Marines. They get suntan
That's
lotion
right.
in the
They
sea.
ain't them legit Marines.
Hell yeah. Shit.
So
See,
you legit Marines are retarded. You guys like to walk through Jacksonville like there's some place to go. Nobody wants to walk through the desert.
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Jacksonville.
So I come on here to tell you guys, Bone, when you get your stuff going, this is like an official announcement. I will be your first guest. I will be kind of popping in here and there. It's one of those things where life is fucking grand, and I hope everybody's doing well. I'm getting back re-engaged with just life in general and a good happy place, and it's probably time to start getting a good word back out. I'm not coming back to YouTube, but there are still people that have the same passions I have, and also Incom's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Fill Nashville up. Get every club out there. The shit that's coming out this whole week, last week with news. It's going to take all of us to get some of these laws changed. So
Yeah. Facts.
and man, I got an opportunity to see my road dogs. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Income's
I'm on
in
motorcycle.
Nashville.
You guys are sitting in couches.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm on a sofa with my Grey Poupon.
Hey, man. Yeah, Jay, I'm gonna tell you what, Poupon boy. You talk about my Poupon one more time. That is the sandwich spread of sandwich spread, but you have to have your pinky out when you eat your sandwich.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, listen,
Yeah. I said I promised I was going to go through a whole episode of the round table without sipping on any wine or even referring to Grey Poupon, but I slipped up twice.
Well, let's start talking about the Walmart MC then. And
Hell
all these MC guys. Let's start a fight. Why not? Let's have fun. This is what motorcycle clubbing is about. Let's have fun.
That's
So
it.
we're gonna drink. We're gonna be like CBs are. We're gonna drink everything. We're gonna fight everything. We're gonna acquire everything. So we have all new shit on our stuff.
That's
And
it.
then we're gonna return. We did this to the Marines in Haiti. They brought the Charlie Company in. We stole all of their parts, put all new parts on our shit, shined up the old stuff that we had on there, and put it back in y'all's Connex boxes. True story.
Oh, I'll tell you. Man, you know what beep oil is?
Wait, what is?
Well, beef oil. I was in 3rd Battalion, 10th Marines with the artillery group, and I was a boot. And the XO told me, he says, "Hey, Marine, we're having some issues with the gun line, so I need you to go down." He goes, "We're having some issues with this artillery gun, because I need you to go down to gun number 7, which was about a half mile away." He goes, "I need you to run down to gun number 7 and get me about 45 feet of gun line, and you get it back here ASAP." But,
Like
yeah,
the gig line, the
take
gun line.
yeah, you goes,
Um,
take this box with you. Take
hey,
this.
this
Box
is something.
with
This is something Dragon can get because we're both Navy guys.
you. Yeah, yeah.
You get a rate. We get ratings, right? For CBs like CMs, you got to go to the tool room and see the tool guy and get a CM punch. Our tool guy was 6'6", 300 something pound, big bodybuilder, big black dude. Love this dude to death. Still talk to him online. He would really ask the boots, "Do you really want to see him punch?" And then put them through a fucking 5 drywall. And they didn't walk for a couple days. It was funny. Um, you know, just like with motorcycle club, it's all about traditions.
Yeah,
You know, I am a CB combat warfare specialist, or was, and man, I'm gonna tell you, I still have the holes in my chest from where that was pinned on.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's what's up.
men were men, man. We were men.
Yeah,
Why?
look,
Because we were stupid, but we
look,
have fun.
and this is what I say. So I've been asked this question, I don't know how many times. How do these ugly ass bikers get those hot chicks and da 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 da? I say, because this is where men are men and women are glad about it. Women are glad about
Well,
it because you're not
I
gonna.
hear, I hear this thing. I hear women say this all the time. I don't want some poser man. I want a man that's gonna treat me like a woman and let me be a woman.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
facts.
now with the vagina addition to a lot of the men out here, and the dick addition to a lot of the women out here, it's confusing. That's why I'm glad I've been married for 20 years, and my wife is a woman, and she likes being a woman, and she still cracks the whip from time to time. But the funny part about that is that's my wife. She knows when it's time to handle business. That's my ride or die. Period.
Well, we will stay politically correct as much as possible.
Oh, come on, Dragon. It's almost the end of the show, man. You got hijacked by Bone and Shaggy again. But it's been some time. You're on season 2 now. You think I was going to make it all the way through season 2 without coming on here and having some fun?
No, we are absolutely glad you're here. And we've missed you. You folks, I want y'all to see that I am the 50th no, shoot. Now the 57th subscriber. To
To
Bone,
who?
the Big
Oh.
Bone Yard.
Oh, right on.
I
You
was
got,
number 3. 23. I was number 23.
Oh, right on. Shit.
you got 59
Hey, man,
subscribers
you know what?
now.
At least my club, kind of really supported me real good on that. All them numbers were, okay, we got to watch them. Man, you're at like 57. Your club, you must have. Well, you are Big Bone. No, they know you're going to talk some shit.
Yeah, that part.
They're gonna put the shit in the right position. Hey, you're an
Oh,
idiot. Shut up. You stay over there. We're gonna have fun over here. And you know what? Let's do this lifestyle. Fuck what everybody else thinks.
right on. Hey, thanks, Ghost Eagle.
Different Shaggy.
Yeah, man.
Different Shaggy. Yeah.
Danny the Toastmaster said he was 56. Dazed and Confused said he was in the top 55.
Right
Yeah,
on.
man, it's going, bro. Your numbers are climbing as we're talking. What are you at now? 62, bro.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
wait till the first episode. Wait till the first episode when we blow YouTube apart.
Hey, are they going to shut us down if we say all kinds of stuff that we
No,
can say?
they won't shut you down until they start monetizing you. You got
We can do what we want and until you hit 1,000.
Don't tell me that. You mean I can
Why?
everything?
Why would I lie to you?
Okay. All right. Well, cool. All right. So we're going to have a short window where we can act a complete damn fool.
you can act a complete damn fool until you start.
Okay. All right. Well, shit.
Well, I'm
Good.
going to tell you what, man. This last 5 months has been great because I got to do some reflecting, and the cool part about reflecting is you really get to see your club and love your club for what it is, fly your colors, have a good time. And YouTube is an addictive tool that's worse than any drug I've ever taken, any alcohol I ever drank, any fun shit I did in the CBs. And I'm glad I'm kind of got away from it. But the cool part about it is that I've met so many great people across the country, and I'm still, doing the rights and shit like that. And I'm still involved, and I keep in contact with all the great people. Me and Dragon talk. I had a long talk with Dib today. Me and Dib were on the phone for hours. And, it's a good platform to really, really, really do what I was trying to do. But in the long run, the fact of the matter is this: be you, do you, and Bone, you're going to carry on what I was trying to do, because both of us have come from the same cloth.
Oh yeah.
There's no different sides to the tracks as we look at it. We look at it as, hey, we're all one big MC community, and people need to pull their head out of their wazoo and enjoy this lifestyle for what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing more, nothing less. Ride motorcycles, fly your colors, love your brothers. That's all you need to do.
Yep. That's it.
With Luke women.
Right on.
Guys, we're getting ready to get out of here. What,
well,
Shaggy?
I have one PSA. Don't kiss the pass around or marry the son of a bitch. Leave her be.
Yeah.
And I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'll keep in touch. I'm gonna go in here. I'm with a couple chopper legends today. As everybody knows, the Alpha Strolls lost Moose, and I'm here with one of my brothers, and we're building choppers and causing trouble. And you guys take care of yourself. And until we meet again, ride your motorcycles. It's a motorcycle club.
That part.
All right, Shaggy.
Yeah.
Right on, Shaggy.
Good
Bye.
to see you again, man. Bye. Love you, man. Man, that was Shaggy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't know, it's called The Big Boneyard, and we've got you almost 100 subscribers, bro. 76
Woo.
right now. Look at this, man. You
Man,
can't even make a video yet. This is sad.
Well, that's my pool, and that's important.
Oh, there it is. Okay, this is Bone's first. Let's go like his first video. And you got some people that said something. Just wanted to let you know that your family is so excited to finally see you getting this channel going, baby. Oh,
Hey.
we love and look forward to all the knowledge you're going to bring to the MC community.
Oh, right on.
Oh, baby.
I got to start reading. You know what? I got to, that's my one thing. I got to start reading.
Yeah, yo, man, it's hard to keep up with all this. Congratulations, big bro. Congratulations, brother. It's going to be lit. Trouble. It's just us, MC. Yes, sir. This is trouble. Hey, man.
Yeah, right on.
5 comments. You got 35 likes, man. You're looking good, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, man, because I see this this boneyard, this big boneyard channel, man. I see it as an extension of what we're doing here, and because I think that because you get inundated with questions and comment, and then just seeing the stuff that happens out there, and it's just a multitude of stuff. And I'm hearing from a lot of folks from outside the U.S., which is cool. I love learning about what, and you know what? The more you would assume stuff is different, the more it's the same. I talk to these cats in Australia a lot, in the UK and Canada, and all over the States. And there's questions. People want to understand, hey, what's the good way to handle this situation? And I love the questions because I'd rather give people straight, correct information as well as I can. And if I don't know the answer to something, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna find out the answer for you. And I'm gonna make sure you understand the source and this, that, and the other thing and the whole thing. And I've been doing this forever, but that don't mean I know everything. I learn a lot from interacting with a lot of the folks that watch us out here, and the people that on the social media and stuff that interact with us. I love it. And the other thing is, there's so much, and this is a thing. This is one of the things that's been driving me so much. There's a thirst for accurate information because there's so much disinformation on these sort of platforms. And so I think it's our responsibility to put good information out there. From the standpoint of, we've got civilians that are talking, that delve into our subject matter, that don't really have a strong MC background or any MC background. Then we've got some folks who been there, done that, and got the T-shirt. You know, like legit folks who are not even in a club, but they work for a long time and they know what the hell they're talking about. And then you got folks like you and myself who are patch members of two of the baddest clubs in North America. And the thing is that the folks that watch this stuff, they don't always have the ability to differentiate between what's legitimate information and what is not. So to offset that, we just got to make sure we keep providing good information and let folks know, hey, look, here's how this stuff works, and here's what this means, and here's how this is supposed to be handled, and then remind folks, hey, get on your bike and ride it. You know, I love the fact that Shaggy said that. You know, it's like I said, those three things. You know, pay your dues, fuck with your bros, and ride your shit. Which that's the secret. You know, that's the secret to it.
Absolutely. I want to make sure to let everyone know about my executive producers channel,
Whoa.
Merlin's Open Road Therapy.
Oh, right on.
So you guys make sure to go over there, Merlin's Open Road Therapy, and let's give him some love as well. So Merlin's Open Road Therapy, MERLINS apostrophe S, Open Road Therapy. And Big Bone, we're trying to get you to 100 before we get off of here. We're at 80, so
Damn it.
you'll be at 100. So, man,
Oh, yeah. That's damn impressive, fellas. I'm trying to tell you. I'm excited. I cannot wait to get this thing going. And speaking of which, you know what I would love to do? I'd really love to hear from any folks that are watching. If you have a certain subject that you'd like us to kick off the first show with a certain subject, let me know what it is. I mean, because there's so much to talk about. But if you've got a certain thing that you want to hear us cover, please let me know. Send that.
You can reach him at. Hold on a second. I know where you can be reached at. You can reach him at bone.outcast@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can reach him at Big Bone OFFO on Instagram. Dude, I got.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Hey, Phoenix. Wait, let me do this for Phoenix. Hey, Phoenix, look. See?
There you go. Yeah. So we got you, man. All right. Listen, man, we've been on here a long time. So we're going to get ready to get out of here. Any closing words on the subject tonight, which is, of course, one fight we all fight, the meaning behind club unity.
Yeah. Justin, I probably beat this dead horse to death, but the thing is like this: if that's really your brother, act like it. You know, if you see your brother out there in the middle of a thing, and again, our thing is different. Our thing is different because that man, if he's in colors, he's more than just your brother, and he can handle his business. It's your duty to make sure that he does not take that L, because that's him. That's not just him. That's the reputation of that club.
Mm-hmm.
That's potentially his safety and a number of other things. And if that brother gets his ass beat by himself, and you and your other 8 brothers are standing there watching, there needs to be some answers to that. And I don't know what was going on there. Don't even care what was going on there. I don't care if Godzilla was standing behind that dude. You let him get his ass beat. That ain't right. But again, I don't know what happened before the video, but I just know what I saw.
Amen. All right, man. Listen, love you, man.
Love you, brother.
Channel, give me a shout tomorrow. We'll get you up and running.
Right on.
You guys have something I never had. You guys got me. I take that back. I had Dibber and I had Hollywood, and Dibber and Hollywood took me to some major levels. Hollywood is the one that put me down.
It's raining and my dog's outside. I'm listening though. I can hear you.
Hollywood's the one that put me on this the technology that I'm using now, and of course my club brother Freeway. So these, none of this happens. You don't just know this. This stuff, all these toys, all this stuff But some people tell me I made my best videos when I was just walking around in the forest talking. So it's all about the connection and what we say to you guys and how you see that. But we're going to make sure that Bone gets up and running and looking good, and his show and his content and everything is going to be supported like he's always supported us, man, every time we've needed him. So, hey, thank you so much. We're getting ready to get out of here. Enjoying your content on here on YouTube and TikTok. Good stuff. Education for the masses, says Prez Blinky T Bars Rally Club.
Right on.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Much love and respect. John Wayne says much respect, Bones. Don Ross says just like the major outlets. Hoots, be careful where you get your news. Phoenix said, drop the mic. That's what Phoenix said, and you did that.
Yeah.
We got 3 legends on here. Yeah, there was 3 of us on there. That me, you, and Shaggy. Man, it's really cool. So
yeah, that was
all
good.
right, folks. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Bone. Talk to you later. Thank you again, man. Good night. All right. And let me turn that off. Okay, that's gone. All right. Listen, love y'all all. See y'all in the morning. Like I said, we've got an update about the person who ran over the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club, Louisiana chapter, Slidell, Louisiana, also known as the North Shore chapter. So we have an update on that tomorrow. Someone said, even if it's one-on-one, man, I'd be pissed off if someone went the distance with me and someone comes along and we didn't get the end of that. But I think I understand what you guys are talking about. All right. Much love, honor, and respect. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, make sure to get the books. We have the Prospects Bible. This is the Prospects Bible, my first book. This is the hardcover editions of these. It's like I got library books. I'm so like happy. Prospects Bible. Make sure to get that for your prospects. Oh my gosh. I shall have the Prospects Bible out on audiobook and probably this week. So check for that as well. The Sergeant at Arms Bible. How to be a sergeant at arms or an enforcer for a motorcycle club. We've got the Public Relations Officer's Bible. I can't believe I wrote this damn many books. The Public Relations Officer's Bible. We want y'all to get that. And the President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. Damn near 400 pages, my man, of information in here on leadership principles. This is Chronicle 1. You know, there are 6 chronicles in this series. So if you read the entire President's Bible series, you will have read 6 books, but I promise you, none of the other ones are going to be 400 pages. That I can already tell you. But anyway, this is the first one. 14 Scientific Principles of Leadership, Public Relations Officer's Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible. We're trying to put down the information for you, and Prospects Bible. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. See you in the morning. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. And get you some soap. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. You know, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around and he's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm going to do me some, you guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it. And it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and you know, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money, that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which helps keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You know, you got to use some cool rings if you're, these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, So use these folks. They got their pewter and all kind of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.